perspective from the industry side that the capacity is the core driver in our industry. I see it differently. I got engaged with the volunteerism 10 years ago when we started Mobile Monday, and I think that's driving the industry. I think the passion of you as not being passengers of this train that is moving into high capacity, high speed, is totally opposite. You are the innovators of this industry, and the capacity should be built to supply opportunities for you as individuals coming together to inspire the innovation. And I think our industry, being over $1 trillion industry, is still dominated by voice, data, and messaging. And we are just revolutionizing it. So if you think that things are very advanced at the moment, I think they're just beginning. And it's so encouraging, and it's so sort of challenging for us because we don't know what we don't know yet. And I think this is the sort of theme that I see our industry moving into. I was unfortunately not here in Malaysia when we launched Mobile Monday in 2007. I sent my co-founder here, Peter Westermark. And because Peter has been traveled in Mobile Mondays around the world, he was actually the guy behind Angry Birds. So with Datuk Balinsam saying that we need to find new Romeos and Angry Birds, I think this is the opportunity that we see, that the global marketplace is so small that you can actually build services and companies that are born global. And I think the new models of working have to be implemented. They are more based on volunteerism, industry influencers coming together, sharing ideas openly, not trying to protect their sort of ideas or innovations, but share them openly, bring these products to freemium services, which are really more like giving. So I think we are changing the world. We are actually here in Malaysia today. We brought the teams from Japan, Vietnam, Indonesia, Pakistan, India here to work with you to create something that is regionally and globally relevant. We will have some workshops tomorrow, and we will try to revolutionize the music industry first. I think all these content industries are trying to figure out how they're moving to the next stage, and I think they have difficulties sort of innovating themselves. So I think somebody outside of their industry needs to revolutionize the music industry or the content industry. And it's really encouraging to engage with you on it. I think my message to you is that if you have an idea, create it in the Mobile Monday community globally. You can actually link into 140 regions at the same time. If you are a small startup here, you're sort of small in the big players field, but if you develop something like Romeo that is relevant globally or regionally, you can immediately get traction on it. And I think the industry is just starting, and I've been in it for 24 years, and it's so potential, it's so encouraging on every field, the commerce, the content, the end-to-end side, and we can make the difference. So thank you for inviting me here again, and let's make it enjoyable, and let's get the success stories from Malaysia out to the globe. That's my passion to serve you. Thank you.
I am standing here speaking on behalf of the Creative Multimedia Cluster, which is entrusted to focus on what we can now comfortably call as the content creation part for the industry. Now, content today, of course, means many things to many people, but at the end of the day, it's all about the content that you can have with you at, like I've said earlier, anytime, anywhere, and by anyone. Now, this is not as complex as it seems. Now, at MDEC, this is how we view the whole thing. When radio was first invented, it was in fact the first wireless equipment that you can ever hope to find. Yes, it was wireless. And sometimes you wonder why the word wireless today is being used with such intensity, whereas the radio was already a very wireless thing. But this is what happens. It's not so much the invention of the radio. It is what the radio could afford in terms of the content it provides. Entertainment at first, news, information, and finally business. When television came along, that very same medium was used for everything from information, entertainment, as well as commerce and advertising. Now today, all that has happened is that you have your little television, radio, and whatever else with you wherever you go. And it is because of this that the focus by MDEC under the MSc Malaysia agenda is the creation of animation, games, digital comics, visual effects, mobile content, including apps and new media, to fill in that part of the screen. In the MSc agenda, we make no difference between the type of screens. I do not know, there might be a future screen where it belongs in your spectacles. It doesn't matter. We are involved in the content environment because at the end of the day, this is what world dominion is all about. Who can produce the right content, services, applications, and apps that will then be able to create the right business environment for the country that originates it. So this is why we talk a lot about innovation. But having said that, innovation doesn't come out of the blue. It has to come from a very structured way of looking at things. And this is one of the challenges that we, together with SKM, for instance, are trying to lead in this country. Now, whether that comes to policies, funding, or infrastructure, that will be our main challenges and our main task. But to the business out there, to you ladies and gentlemen, it's about the ideas, the original ideas that can then flow in. Now, how is this being manifested today? For MDEC, every year we have a competition called the Intellectual Property Challenge Series, IPCC. In that competition, there's always a segment for mobile apps and new media, including comics. In fact, it is going on now. Now, why are we doing this? We are mining the talent in this country. This is where your original ideas will come in, and they will be judged not by some government servant or civil service bureaucrats. They will be judged by the people who, chances are, will be the ones who will be buying your content. This is why for animation, we have judges that come from Disney Channel and Nickelodeon. For mobile, we will call in our colleagues and our good friends from Axis, DG, and such like. And for comics, we would bring in some of the best comic artists from around the region to be the judges. So we have that, and it's going on right now. And I believe that by July, we will have the actual competition and the judging ceremony. And the other thing that MDEC has been entrusted to recently is what we call a scholastic award. This is an 11 million grant given by the government for us to fund anyone who would like to be trained or to be skilled in anything connected with the creative industry. So to cut a long story short, and you can ask me later on the what it's all about, but there is a website called CILL.my. I can't remember, well, actually it's www.chill.my. Now, what is this scholarship about? So very quickly, this is what it's all about. It gives an opportunity for those who would like to upskill themselves into this area called content creation or content production support. Then there is a scholastic type of award grant where you can actually take a degree or a diploma up to a master's level. And there's a third called the attachment, where you can be attached to a company or to a project elsewhere in the world. Remember, this grant is intended for training within or outside Malaysia. And the fourth type is what we call the vocational, which is the hands-on. So this is what the government of Malaysia has provided now, at this very moment, to encourage more and more Malaysians to get involved in this industry, not only from the perspective of the screen, the end game, but the content that's going to fill this up. Remember, we do not want to become forever the consumers of other people's content. The tagline has always been that Malaysia has to start producing their own content, services, apps, etc., so that we will not be entirely become the consumer of content from the rest of the world. However, because the world itself is changing, we accept that collaborations and co-productions and all that will remain equally important. So thank you very much for the attention.
We create as much information as we did from the dawn of the civilization to 2003. Every 2 days we generate that amount of information. So it's overwhelming. And if you go to the next slide, now I talk about the third fundamental of the society, urbanization explosion. In 2008, there was a big milestone. It was the first time in humanity, where more people were living in cities than in any other place in the world. By 2050, 7 billion people will live in cities. Our life will be around cities. And this put a lot of challenges. Let's go to the next slide. This is also a good representation in terms of what is happening. I mean, in 1800, there were only 16 cities with 1 million inhabitants. Today, we're talking about 442 cities with over 100 million. So everyone is moving to cities. And of course, this is even growing faster. You see an accelerating growth in cities. Every single hour, 7,500 people move from rural areas to cities. 85% of the carbon emissions come from cities. 75% of the energy consumption comes from cities. We are already connected, everyone, more or less in the world. But now what is missing is to start connecting devices, places, everything. If you go to the next slide, I think today we talk about applications of developing and innovation. I think we have been too focused on content. We have been too focused on gaming. Music is fine, it's good. But I think the challenge for developers of the future is to address these challenges. It's how technology, how a connected society can address climate, environmental changes, scarce resources, poverty, urbanization, Asian population. That's for me is where the developers should be looking at. That's for me where the money is going to be. So those are the things where developers should be looking at. And go to the next slide. I would like to share just a few, one small video about how do we see this affecting our lives.
Enable such rapid change for the first time now ever. Things are intelligent, connected, and powerful.
All of the devices that we make have the potential to communicate with each other and have a reason to do it.
There are going to be a lot of people exploring, especially as you have this younger generation growing up and seeing the possibilities.
We don't know what news is going to look like. We don't know what education is going to look like. We don't know what government is. We don't know what business is going to look like. Because we were inventing it out of a new set of connections. It's going to change much more in the next 10 years than what it did in the last 50 years. And that's because of the network society.
To think outside the box, to think how applications can make our society better, how you can leverage this huge amount of growth that we're going to see in the mobile industry, mainly powered by the mobile internet. Thank you very much.